They don't understand. Casting judgment. I just stand on loyalty. I'm keeping it 100. And that will never change. You can hate it or you love it.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Tevin Jameer back at it again with another episode of the Hate It or Love It podcast. So this one is not really going to be that long of an episode. I can see it probably being around 20 or 30 minutes. I mean, y'all will know the time because y'all watching it. But yeah, ain't really much going on as far as topic wise. I do have a few topics, but really I just wanted to give y'all an episode for this week because, like I said, y'all know me. Y'all know my biggest thing has been consistency, and yeah, like I want to continue to be consistent. So I am dropping this episode again on Friday, just like I did the last episode. The last episode I had to do it Friday because I filmed Tuesday. Same thing with this episode, and it's also another audio episode, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I was a little lazy. I didn't feel like setting up, like doing the whole camera setup and all that just for myself. So the next solo episode, I promise, y'all gonna see this handsome, beautiful face that I know some of y'all love to see. But yeah, so I was feeling very lazy, and I was like, well, I am feeling lazy, but I still want to, put something out for my fans, put something out for the people that love the podcast. So here we are, another episode. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be that long. Really, I'm just mostly going to be talking about some video ideas that I had, or as far as like the podcast, like upcoming podcast ideas that I wanted to tell y'all. But also besides that, I also wanted to touch on AI art and AI covers because that's something I've been wanting to touch on. But with the recent, like the recent boom of like AI covers coming out, I really want to talk about that. And I also wanted to talk about, there's this new thing called the Pear ring that I kind of want to like touched on a little bit. So we're going to get into it. Enough talking. Let's get straight to the episode. So for one thing, like I said, I wanted to talk to y'all about what I've been up to. And, really, a lot's been going on, like, basically at work. That's partly why I haven't been, as consistent. Like, I be telling people all the time, like, when I go to work, I be coming home feeling hella tired. Like, I don't ever feel like doing anything. So, guys, don't think that me slowing down on content is just like me just like not wanting to give y'all anything. But like, really, when I come home from work, I don't ever feel like doing anything. Sometimes I don't even feel like hanging out with my friends. And the time that I do hang out with my friends, like my friend Al will tell you, we recently went to go see Suzume, the new movie from the same guy that directed Your Name, because they released this one in theaters. We went to go see it the other day, and I did enjoy the film. The movie was not bad, and I actually did watch majority of it. But I think I told y'all before that I wake up hella early for my job, so I was basically in there fighting sleep. Like, and it's not that the movie's boring or unenjoyable. I really enjoyed the movie a lot, but I was in there fighting sleep because, like, that's how tired I'd be. Like, I'd just be so tired coming home from work. So, like, there's a lot of things that I don't be doing and things that, I should be on top of, but I just be so tired, most of my week that I'm just like, damn, I really got to work on that. So that's why I'm also making this episode, because I'm like, I don't give a damn like how I feel. Like, I need to get straight to being consistent with y'all and consistent with the podcast like it used to be. So, really that's what I've been up to. I will say that a cool thing that I've done recently, and I don't think Six Flags is doing this anymore, but they had this thing called Screen Break, where I guess it was like, it's like they stay open a little bit later and you can buy tickets for it. And it was like it was like an event where like it's open past like 3 hours past its closing time, and it's like a bunch of horror themed stuff. Like they have like a little dance party in the middle of the park. You got some horror like like not museums. I was about to say museums, but you got some horror attractions like you can walk through and stuff like that. Just like how it's advertised, you got creepy employees walking around, and you know, I don't know who's this calling me, but you got creepy people walking around to mess with the guests. Sometimes they get on rides with you, and that was a cool experience because I ain't been to Six Flags in so long, and that was just fun because I'm very much into like a lot of horror stuff. If you guys know me, like a lot of my friends know that I love horror just as much as I love comedy, because I feel like horror and comedy kind of go hand in hand. They're very similar genres. So anytime there's a horror event going on anywhere, I'm always down for it. Like I love horror stuff. So yeah, that was a little fun experience. I will say they need to up the time. Like they need to make it a little bit longer because 3 hours wasn't enough. Like me and my friends, yeah, we did pretty much everything that you could in those 3 hours, but it was almost like we kind of had to rush ourselves. And then not to mention that one of the things that stayed open was like the go-kart race, and that line was so long it damn near took up our first hour, so we had to like hurry up and rush to do everything else in the 2 other hours. So yeah, like it was a fun time, but they definitely should have made it longer because I was just like, all right, now we gotta hurry up and rush through everything. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Obviously, I ain't gonna share like all the deep dark personal secrets or anything like that. But so yeah, the first thing I definitely want to touch on is this AI covers and art and stuff like that. AI is really like taking over. It's really taken over, and it's actually getting crazy because now artists are starting to speak up about it, and like record labels are starting to take down AI covered songs, which is crazy because, you know, I was hearing a bunch of AI different like cover songs from Drake doing like Don't from Bryson Tiller. Kanye has pretty much done any song ever made at this point. Like for some reason people love the idea of Kanye like covering every single song, even songs that's not rap songs. So you even got Ariana Grande doing Kendrick Lamar's All the Stars. Like it was crazy. Like, it's crazy. And then the crazy thing is that some of the AI covers actually sound pretty good. Now, I mean, I was saying this to one of my friends, but I was sharing the AI song with like the AI songs with her because she's a big fan of Ariana Grande. And you know, I'm also a big fan of Ariana Grande. If you've seen the last episode, you already know. But when I was hearing it, it's like it sounds good replicating her voice, but I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't bring the same soul that Ariana Grande would obviously have. Even with the Drake Don't cover, like it sounded good to me, despite it also sounding like him on autotune. But it's also just like, how can I say it? Like there's no soul to it. Even Kendrick doing Kanye's, damn, what's the song with Jamie Foxx? Gold Digger. Like they had Kendrick doing Gold Digger, and I was just like, there's no soul in this. And this also made me think of back around like December, January, there was that big controversy with AI art because people was using this one app, which was hella overpriced, but hey, at least my pictures came out good. I should make one of the pictures the cover for this episode. But yeah, this AI stuff is getting crazy. And I remember it had a big controversy in like December, January, because people was using the AI thing for like, you know, pictures of themselves, and people was like amazed by the pictures. But at the same time, a lot of artists was worried because then they feel like people would just automatically go to the AI art instead of supporting like real artists that could make the picture for you. And the same discourse is happening with this music because now, you know, obviously it's in a very, very rough stage right now of AI, but I mean, this is already pretty crazy. And I've seen other videos on TikTok where um you can have like Joe Biden and Donald Trump literally say the most craziest things ever. I even heard a video where someone made Joe Biden flirting with Ice Spice and it was like their actual voices. And because it was just them talking, you couldn't really tell that it wasn't like AI, like unless it said it was AI. And obviously the ridiculousness of Joe Biden and Ice Spice, Joe Biden flirting with her. Obviously, besides the ridiculousness of that, if anybody didn't know what AI was, you could probably pass those conversation like AI videos, off to somebody else. And the crazy thing about this, and I'm about to go back to what I was originally saying. The crazy thing about this is like with the music and the art, people are now worried that, well, one, that AI could be used in a lot of bad ways. Two, also because then what's the point of the creators if you have this technology that's essentially being used as a creator itself? So I'm going to tackle both those, but I'm also going to say another concern that I have. So first off, how AI can be used for negativity. Just like what I said, there's a lot, like I even seen the videos of Donald Trump and Joe Biden speaking with each other, and people could easily use that to manipulate. So I hope that, companies and stuff like that are going to start having like restrictions for stuff like that, because that actually can get hella crazy. This is the type of stuff that could start wars if like people really wanted to do it. And as far as like, taking the creator out of the equation, a lot of people is concerned about that, but I don't think that's anything to be concerned about, because while I said that, now take out the talking piece. The talking piece is the concerning one. But as far as like making art and making music, I think taking the creators out is going to result in what I just said. There's no soul, because with these AI covers, you're really only getting the original song, but the AI is going to make, the artist's voice mimic it. So it's not really it doing anything new or creative with the song. Like, if you watch a cover on YouTube, people are going to put their own little flair onto it. People will, do little things like, yeah, they're mimicking the actual song. But I've seen covers where people will use like a different flow or a different cadence, or they'll use a different beat, or they might use like a guitar or ukulele to mimic the song beat. Like there's something there that makes it stand out from the original song despite it being a cover. With this AI stuff, you're just having another artist act like they're making a cover, but it's not being done like the way that that person would actually do it. Just like what I was saying with the All the Stars cover from Ariana Grande. Like, yeah, it sounded like Ariana Grande's voice singing it, but it doesn't have like the little things that she does in her music. There was no like layering. There was no like, using her voice as an instrument. It was just straight up, here's what it would sound like if Ariana Grande sang this song. That's all it really was. Like, you get what I'm saying. The soul is taken out. Same thing with the art. Like, yeah, the pictures came out nice, but not everybody is going to want that AI art. There's specific artists that are known for a specific thing. And, if you want art done, you got to go to that specific artist. A computer is not going to be able to recreate that. Like, I don't think AI is going to be dangerous in an entertainment world, because basically, just like what I've been saying the whole time, there is no soul. There is no uniqueness. It's really just a computer trying to replicate what it already knows. And you can't ever create something great if all you're doing is replicating. If all you're doing is literally just copy and paste with no unique flair or nothing different to say, then it ain't nothing special. So that's why on an entertainment level, I don't really think that AI is gonna be like that bad or that big of a deal. The only thing I will say is that now companies will have to start, putting something in place to stop that. Like, just like what I was saying, how the record labels are taking it down. But it actually brings up a good argument, because I saw something this morning where someone asked, well, who legally owns the voice of these artists, which is a crazy way to think about it, because really labels really only own artists' songs and like albums and stuff like that, but nobody technically owns a voice. Or maybe there's someone is out there. Hey, look, there's a bunch of random cases where maybe somebody can own a voice, but that was the big argument that I've been seeing on Twitter, where now with all these AI covers coming out and labels taking it down, I'm pretty sure labels were able to take down these song covers because technically it is the song. So, like, they own the copyright of those songs. But who's to say that someone can't just cook up a random beat, like a producer just cooks up a random beat, someone takes, the AI voice of these artists and make a completely new song with just that technology alone? Who's to say that can't happen someday? And then that's when it starts to come up with the argument of who owns that voice. And I feel like once you get into things like that, now maybe that's where entertainment can be a little worried with the AI thing. Because then, in a way, you could say that labels will try to start owning artists' voices and stuff like that, which I know that sounds like a crazy concept, but like, just think about it. If somebody makes an original song with that AI artist voice, makes an original beat, they can't take down the song because technically they don't own the copyright to that. Whoever made that would technically own it. So that's the crazy thing. Like, that's the crazy thing about AI. It brings up a lot of implications if you really start to think about it. Like, then it really does become an argument of who owns that person's voice, in which you should say that the artist should own their own voice. Like, it's your own damn voice. But then you get labels who will try to find ways to like own everything about artists and stuff like that. So yeah, in that aspect, I can see like AI becoming crazy for entertainment, but yeah, like this AI shit is getting crazy. But here's my biggest issue with things like AI. I feel like, and I mean, there's been a lot of movies made on this. Y'all know I'm a movie person, but there's a lot of movies that's been made about stuff like this, and I my biggest concern with AI and stuff like that is that eventually we're going to make something that's going to destroy us or take us over. Like, I genuinely believe that will happen at the rate that we're being at. Because it seems like, AI is the big thing that everybody is like caught on right now. And right now it's used for more just like fun things, like making art pieces of yourself, or just making song covers, like, oh, Kanye on this, Kanye on that. Like, it's more used for light stuff right now. But just like what I said, AI can be used to start wars. AI can it can go into a lot of things, but just like what a lot of movies is made of, eventually humans make this one product that's supposed to make everything easier, make life better, and next thing you know, it's the reason for our downfall. And I really feel like if we keep going in this trajectory, we're going to wind up being like that. That's the one thing that kind of concerns me with like people's fascination with technology, because at some point, we're going to reach the best technology we can make. I really do believe that one day we're going to reach that. Like, how can it get any better? Like, we made it the best that it's already been. And, I feel like, and we're human, so I feel like we're always going to try to like make something better than what's already out there. But what happens when we made it already? And then with AI and like technology like this, what if we keep striving to make it better and better, and then we wind up making something that winds up destroying us? Damn. I ain't gonna lie, like now I'm really thinking about it. I think I really just went into conspiracy theory mode this episode. And now I'm listening to myself talk, and I'm like, man, I really hope everybody listening don't think I sound like I'm on drugs right now. But this is some real stuff. This is really stuff that you had to think about when it comes to AI and technology, especially since now technology seems to be growing at a faster rate. Like things are getting way better in like months instead of, or maybe since when I was younger, like maybe it felt longer to me, but I felt like it was a gradual change over time, like through years, that technology would be better. But nowadays, it's like, nowadays technology is so advanced that like we could have the next big thing after something releases in like 3 months. Like something can come out, and then a month or two later we'll already have the next best thing, the next best version of that product. So it's like, man, like I don't know, man. This AI and technology stuff is really getting crazy, and I really hope that we learn to come to like a point where we can say like, okay, we can relax, because if we don't relax, we're going to wind up making something worse than we already have right now. So, I don't know. This stuff is really crazy. I really should have asked my friend Anthony about this last week when I had him on the show, because I feel like this is a great topic for artists to talk about. The next episode that I have with a creative, I'm definitely gonna ask them about this, because I feel like this is like, a really big thing, especially for artists right now, especially since right now it is focused on the music aspect opposed to like, the painting like it was a few months ago. But this whole AI thing is even getting crazy, and even one of my old guests, Serze, he showed me Chat GPT. Like I didn't know what it was until after he got on the show. So yeah, stuff like that, that's crazy. And eventually, we're gonna I even seen AI take over in other ways. Like, I saw that it can write college papers, which I'm like, damn, where was that when I was at college? It can even write film scripts. I seen it write film scripts. So it's like this technology is getting crazy. And all I'm gonna say is, for us as a society, guys, make sure we all recognize that at some point this is all gonna have to stop, or else I feel like bad things are going to happen. But as far as creatives, I will say don't worry too much. Don't be like, in an uproar about this type of stuff, because at the end of the day, like nobody can take away what the uniqueness of the creator itself brings to the table. So don't worry about a computer. Just maintain that you are the special thing that makes your song, script, paper, whatever. You as an individual is what makes you unique, and a computer can never replicate you, because it's a computer. It didn't grow up the way that you grew up. It doesn't have the mindset that you have. All it can do is just try to replicate at its best what you are. So don't worry about it in that type of aspect. Damn. This next topic is going to feel like, I don't know, I feel like this next topic is going to feel like nothing compared to like the whole AI thing. But I was on Instagram this week, and the most interesting thing that I saw was apparently there's this new thing called Pear. And at first I thought it was like a dating site, and I'm like, what is Pear? And I mean, this is very relevant to me, as I am a 24-year-old single black man. Ladies, hit me up. But I was on Instagram, and they gave me an ad for Pear. And I was like, well, I don't like Tinder. I don't like Bumble. I used to like Hinge, but now I don't like Hinge. Like, I don't like a lot of dating sites or dating apps or whatever. So when something interesting comes out, I like to jump on it when it's new, because then one thing with dating apps now is you also got to worry about bots. Like, people always putting fake accounts and bots on dating apps. So when it's new, I try to jump on it, because then I know a bunch more real people and like-minded people want to try something new. So, yeah. So I'm not really a user of dating apps. I deleted them when I got in my last relationship a few months ago, but even after me and her broke up, like, I still don't even feel like using dating apps. I don't like them. So, yeah. So I clicked on the Pear website, and they said it's not a dating app. So I'm like, what is this? They said it's a social experiment. And apparently, Pear is a social experiment where you pay for a ring, and they say it's almost like an engagement ring. So you pay for a ring, you put it on your finger, and it's like a certain color. And pretty much the Pear ring is going to indicate to people around you that you are single and that you're, open to talk to new people. So they say it's a social experiment because, you wear the ring out in public, and, if you're out in public and you see somebody else with the Pear ring on, or if they see you with a Pear ring on, and who knows, like, even if they don't have one on and maybe they don't know what it is, like, people may ask, like, hey, that's a nice ring you got on, or people may ask where you got that ring from. And I guess in a way, like, even if they're not part of the experiment, like, they'll still be interested in wondering where you got it. So in that aspect, it also works too. But the idea is that if you see another person with the Pear ring on just like you are, that means you are both single. And if you're interested in talking to that person, you can go up and, start a conversation with them. And I ain't gonna lie, I've seen a lot of people, talk down on the Pear ring, but I actually like the idea of this. Like, I actually like this idea. I don't know if I'm gonna participate. I guess I'll let y'all know in the future, but I actually like the idea of this, because one thing that happens a lot, and this happens with my friends a lot, is we'll be out somewhere and they'll be like, oh, that girl's cute, I'm gonna go up and talk to them. And the girl will always say, like, they have a boyfriend. Now, I mean, sometimes they may actually have a boyfriend, sometimes they could be lying, y'all know how it is. But with this, it kind of indicates that, like, if I go up, then at least I can, know that she's not with somebody. Now, sometimes me and my boys don't be caring if they got somebody, just because this goalie doesn't mean you can't score it. All right? No, I'm joking. But yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is, it's a great idea, and I think it's a great way for people to, meet other single people. And apparently, when you sign up for it, like, apparently they give you, like, random events where other people that's in the experiment will be at. So I guess it's almost like a little club. In a way, it's almost like a little single club. Like, hey, I'm single, you're single. Oh, you're part of the club too. Like, you guys can talk. And then, if they have events being held, then, like, you and other people with the Pear rings on will show up and you guys can mingle with each other. Ultimately, I think it's a great idea because, it seems like nowadays everybody's with somebody. Like, nowadays it seems like everyone is with somebody. So, me and my friends, I think me and most of my friends are all single. I think I only have like 2 friends in relationships. So the idea that you can have a ring on that will indicate that, like, I'm single too. Like, you don't have to worry about me being with somebody or me just not being interested in anybody else. Like, I like the idea of this. Now, I am partly hesitant because I've seen a lot of people talk down on it. Because it's like, all right, so if other people are... See, my thing is, I don't care that people are being negative about it. I care that people are participating in it. Because if I don't see anybody participating in it, then what's the point of me putting on the ring and, doing that if I'm not gonna meet anybody. But then again, with that same idea in mind, just like what I said earlier, maybe somebody will see me wearing the ring, ask where I got it, and maybe they'll be interested. So I guess it really just needs someone just needs to start a chain reaction. But ultimately, I like the idea, and I'm still thinking about getting it regardless of what anybody thinks about it. I think it's a cool thing for single people to do, and it would be nice if more people participated in it, because then, you never know. You can meet the right person wearing that ring. Like, it's almost like the damn dating apps, but at least it's a more real life thing. That's the thing I appreciate about it. It's more of a real life thing, which I ain't gonna talk down on dating apps all the way. Like, one of my best friends, her and her fiance met on Tinder. I think she said it was Tinder, but they met online. That's all I know. They met on a dating app. So I won't completely shit on dating apps, but I feel like an idea like Pear is a great way to go about, actually meeting people in real life. Like, there is no swipe left, swipe right, unmatch, block, all of that. Like, because like once you start to be on dating apps and you're just used to swiping, people don't seem like people no more. People just kind of seem like products that are trying to sell themselves. But if you wear something like the Pear ring, there is no swipe left, swipe right. It's just right then and there, real person, real people interactions. And I mean, you could always just say that someone could you don't need the Pear ring to just go up to someone and talk. But I'm just saying that I feel like it is a great way to indicate, and it could be a good conversation starter for people. So I do think it's a great idea. I'm still thinking about it, but like I said, I will let y'all know. Maybe I might even make a video about it. And the next thing I want to talk about, and the final thing, which this really isn't too big of a deal, I want to ask people. Now, I know not too many people comment under the podcast. Most people I know that actually listen just comes up and talks to me about it, or they call me on the phone about the podcast. So hopefully, if I have any fans that are willing to comment in the YouTube comment section, or if you follow me on my social medias, you can always send me a message. But I wanted to ask y'all, what video should I do first? I think I mentioned it before that one of the videos I want to do is like a long form video where I watch every single movie from a studio and then I rank them from worst to best. So, I think I said before, I wanted to either do Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, however you say it. I wanted to do that studio, which makes a lot of the great anime movies. Basically, they call Hayao Miyazaki he's like the Walt Disney in his country and whatever. So yeah, I want to do Studio Ghibli, and I want to do A24, because A24 at this point is my favorite film studio, and I really want to see all their movies. Like, every single one I've seen from them, I love them. Besides Hereditary. I don't like Hereditary. Men was horrible. So I guess that already kind of spoils some parts of my list. But I want to do A24 or Studio Ghibli. So if you guys are familiar with the studios, or if you guys don't know the studios, like, you can look them up and comment down below. Let me know what video I should do. I want to do like a video where, I watch every single movie. I record a little bit of my reaction to each movie. And then at the end, I'm going to do like a ranking. Like, basically what I want to do is I want to do a setup. So I'll name some movies, like, say, Spring Breakers, Uncut Gems, Midsommar. Like, I want to watch, like, say I'm watching Spring Breakers. I'll throw little tidbits of my reaction into the movie. And then the end of the movie, I'll give a quick review of it. I'll say like a rating, and then I'll leave, the final like listing for the end of the video when I rank them. So it is going to be I feel like these projects are going to take very long to make, because then it essentially means I have to sit down, watch every single movie. And I do intend on rewatching the movies that I've already seen, because I want to watch them from the studio's first movie to their latest. So depending on when the movies come out, like there could be films coming out from these studios as I'm doing this project. So depending how long it takes, I will say I think Studio Ghibli will be quicker to do than A24, because A24 puts out movies like every few months. I feel like Studio Ghibli might put out a movie like every 1 to 2 years, I think. Or maybe that's when they get dubbed, which anime fans, I'm letting you know right now, I watch dubs. I don't do subs. I don't like reading subtitles. It's not a personal thing to anime. You can even ask my friends. I don't even like watching subs of English, Spanish, no type of other movies. I don't watch subs. I only watch dubs. So, and that might already eliminate some of my audience right there, but yeah, I'm only sticking with dubs. So I feel like Studio Ghibli will take quicker. I feel like A24 will be longer, but I know that I like A24 as a company more than Studio Ghibli. So I might lean on A24 first, but I want to hear the fans out first. So if you guys have an opinion on which one I should do, I might even make an Instagram poll for it. But if you guys have any idea of which one I should do first, let me know. And oh yeah, I forgot to talk about my Ancestry DNA results, but I think I will make my own separate video on that. So that's another video you guys can look forward to. And with all that being said, that really is the end of my topics for this week. Like I said, I will try to I am trying to be more consistent, and next time I will not be lazy. I will actually set up my camera so that you guys can see me. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it wasn't nothing too crazy. It's not really that long of an episode either. Man, I can't speak today. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Look forward to the next one. And I got some ideas on the way. I already have another love episode coming soon, but that will be my first group episode. So it ain't just going to be me and one other guest. I'm going to have 2 guests. So look forward to that one. I also want to do Damn, I really can't talk today. I want to do an Instagram live episode. First, I just got to find a guest, but I want to do an Instagram live episode, and I can always just, save the live or have someone record it, or I can record it somehow, and, I can just upload it onto here. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know. Like I said, let me know what episode you guys, or what video y'all want first, Ghibli or A24. And with all that being said, Tevin Jameer, signing out.